Good afternoon. Welcome to the last presentation of today. And I would point out, not to answer your question, but the FDA does have a YouTube channel, so you are engaged in that forum. Google appreciates the efforts of the FDA in organizing today's meetings. We share your policy goal focused on better understanding how to promote medical products online in a truthful, non-misleading, and balanced manner. I'm Marianne Beliveau. I'm the Industry Director for Health at Google, and I'm joined by Amy Cowan, who is the Head of Industry for Health. So we're here today to speak specifically to question 4, when is the use of links appropriate? So there are 3 areas of focus we'd like to review today. First, we'd like to share custom research data that shows the increase in patients online for health information and how that information drives them to take action. Second, we'll talk about the role of sponsored links. Finally, we'll share with you our proposed formats for online sponsored link advertising. Search is a conduit for online health information access. In fact, search is often the starting point for online health research. You've heard this quite a bit today. A custom research study conducted by Google found that an astounding 4.6 billion health-related searches across all search engines took place in the U.S. during the last 3 months of 2007. These searches were conducted by 111 million unique searchers. The Internet provides access to relevant information at the moment a consumer needs it. At Google, we believe it should be quick, easy, and free for consumers to find answers to their important symptom, disease, condition, and treatment-related questions. Here are 2 examples on Google Search specifically. As you can see on the left, a user conducts a search on Google for a condition or symptom such as asthma, and on the right, a user conducts a search for poison control. Everyday search engines, including Google, are connecting users to important information that can improve public health outcomes. This chart shows the number of searches on health condition queries on Google over a 4-year span. You can see that health condition queries grew 3-fold between 2006 and 2009. This data is exclusive of all swine flu and H1N1 terms. Clearly, consumers are increasingly relying on search engines to get the answers they need. And due to the sudden increase in swine flu and H1N1 seasonal flu queries, we excluded that data from this as not to skew it. So the health information that people gather online has a real and tangible impact on their lives. This is something we've also heard quite a bit today. A custom research conducted by Google and Harris Interactive found that 36% of people who gathered information about a health condition online subsequently spoke to their doctors as a result, and 21% made a change to their lifestyles because of the information they found. The Internet is a distinct and unique medium that should be looked at differently. Consumers don't just sit back and have information pushed to them, but rather they are actively participating in the health information gathering process, and they take action based on that information. Online health information empowers consumers to take control of their health. Now I'd like to turn it over to Amy Cowan, who will share the role of sponsored links in user access to health information online. Thank you.
Thank you. Individuals are driven to seek health information at all stages along the patient pathway, and search is the first place they start. According to Manhattan Research, 2/3 of the time people start their search looking for health and medical information, and 100 million are online for prescription drug information. Here's an example of a Google's results page for the query breast cancer. In September 2009 alone, 1.6 million U.S. adults searched online for information about breast cancer. At Google, our mission is to make information accessible and useful, and to help get people answers to the important questions that they have. We believe in the following principles. It's important for people to have access to information online. It's important for the results to be relevant and transparent. It's important for the information to be provided from a variety of sources. Without standard digital guidance, there's been varying viewpoints on what type of sponsored links meet FDA promotional guidance. While there were general themes we could learn from the aggregated feedback in the notice of violation letters directed at search earlier this year, such as the importance of the generic name to follow the brand name, and not to overstate the efficacy of a product, there are still many unanswered questions. Let's take a look at the impact of the letters on the language specifically included in sponsored links. In the before example, you can see that many companies were running both the name of the brand and the indication. These ads led users to product websites where they could find risk information on the landing page. In the after examples, you can see that companies have stopped running product claim advertising in sponsored links. Instead, there are now generally two types of ads: unbranded and branded ads. In many cases, both of these ads lead to the product websites. We believe that the ads in the before example were more relevant, transparent, and informative to the user's queries. Consumers play an important role on Google in helping us understand which ads are most relevant to the search query. We measure their interest by looking at click-through rate, also called CTR. A CTR is obtained by dividing the number of users who clicked on an ad on a web page by the number of times the ad was delivered. For example, if a sponsored link was delivered 100 times and one person clicked on it, then the resulting click-through rate would be 1%. This graph looks at Google internal data for the terms relevant to health conditions. As you can see, the click-through rate in 2008 was relatively constant. The click-through rate in 2009 has dramatically decreased immediately following the notice of violation letters, as marked in red, as users find the sponsored links now less transparent and relevant to the queries. The ads prior to the notice of violation letters clearly let consumers know that they were a prescription drug advertisement. And in fact, users were more likely to visit these sites and get access to the important risk information. Now let's take a look at our proposal for sponsored links that we believe can help consumers connect to the important health information that they are looking for and improve public health outcomes.